It's on. There we go.
Yep. I never know what Zoom is going to do. So, I'm assuming you didn't do a lot of practicing.
The last week I did not. No, it's been very, 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 very hectic.
But any questions or comments, Bill? Anything?
No, no. I've been fairly regular. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't have anything specific right now.
Okay.
Um,
Well, let's do the 8 gates, and then we'll go right on to form today.
okay.
like the smallness of your movement, Bill. However, it's important to keep all the parts present, all the movements as you allow it to get smaller. That certainly is the direction it will move.
Okay.
Is less physical movement, but stronger energetic movement. What I felt was that now and then the twisting more than the bending and stretching. Now and then the twisting seemed to get lost.
Okay.
But both of you remember in the morning, the yang time of the day, we step out with the yang leg, which is the right, and in with the right, and then in the afternoon, the left. Unless, like the Wu style, you have a particular requirement to do otherwise. Kind of the same thing in a way for you too, Jeff, to keep working on keeping relaxed, bending and stretching and twisting and lengthening all going at once.
I was trying to focus on incorporating my legs in that throughout the whole thing today, so I may have not been as mindful of my upper body, but I was also trying to, what we talked about last time, I think it was, coordinate, the wrists and the ankles and the elbows and the knees, and try and feel connections there as much as I could as well. So,
Yeah.
Continuing to work towards incorporating the lower part of my body, which I really had not done almost at all until recently.
Good. And what did you feel in doing that?
I feel like that, this was one of my better ones for sure. I felt some progress. I felt more connections, and I just wanted to ask you if you would just kind of go over again. I think you said there's 7 connections, but I don't know them all. Just so I hear them, and eventually I'll know them all. I know probably 3 or 4 that I kind of think about now.
Actually, it's 6.
6, okay.
Well, in this grouping, it's 6. So, wrists and ankles, elbows and knees, shoulders and quads.
Those are the 3 that I know that I think about. Try and build a connection.
And you may find it beneficial to only work on one of those at a time.
Ah, okay. That I have not really tried to do. I've tried to kind of get the whole thing going.
See, it's the usual separate and then combine.
Yeah, you're right.
And because when you're trying to do all of them, your mind gets too involved.
Yes.
Because you've got to think about it. Am I doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the midst of that, of everything else?
Right.
And so you sort of lose the energetic aspect.
Right. I was thinking about those 3 connections because, as I said, I don't know offhand the other ones, but I was trying to feel the whole extent of the connection at once. And you're right. I probably should work on them one at a time each time.
Yeah.
So what were the other 3 that are unmentioned in this conversation so far?
That's that we just did. Wrists and ankles are 2.
Oh, you count those as
And knees are 4.
Okay. I was counting those as 1, 1, and 1. Oh, so I do know them.
See?
Okay. I was thinking maybe there was fingers and toes and a couple others that I didn't know. Okay, well, that's good. I do know them then.
I mean, we're trying, of course, to get the energy to flow freely through the entire limb, not just
Right.
But
Okay.
being aware uh, with the legs, to me, for me anyway, the big thing was finding how to relax, how to release the legs,
Mm.
because we're so muscularly dependent on them that we the idea of relaxing some part of it doesn't occur to us right away. Nor usually can we feel it right away.
Mm.
How about for you, Bill? You've been working on it a little longer.
What works usually best if I empty my mind,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then uh, when my mind, as it always does, snaps back in, I often realize that things have been open or lengthened in general down that
Good.
way. I have less success forcing the issue. I mean, just putting my mind in there and say open, open, open.
You need to also say close.
Yes.
Saying close and open as you do it
Well,
can be helpful,
Yeah.
but you don't want to depend on that.
I really don't say it. It's internal. I'm
Yeah.
thinking open and close. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, I mean, we've been talking some about opening and closing. I mean, when you get into the form, certainly in the early stages, it's very helpful to think or even say open and close as you do the form, because it helps you to really define where those are, so that as you begin to be able to actually move the energy that way through there, you can let go of saying it, and you already know it.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. It's like almost all the other aspects that we're working on. We are trying to get past the stage of thinking to the point where everything is so ingrained that it's all happening.
Yeah.
And then we can go to what you're working on in God's.
Yeah.
David, I'm not having a lot of trouble relaxing, opening and closing as I sink, but then using that to rise up again is I have to think about and try and focus on to have any kind of success with using that to rise back up each time. Any ideas on how I can do that better?
You mean I'm trying to understand. Really,
In the legs, in my legs, when I'm trying to use opening and closing and all, and let go of the muscles using my
yeah.
I'm not having too much trouble using that to sink each time as I'm sinking and rising a little bit with the pulsing, but rising back up, I find it difficult to not use some level of muscle in there. And I realize I'm probably rising and sinking too much at this point, but I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
as we always talk about, start more large and then work smaller.
So what you're working towards is getting the energy to cause you
Right.
to do those movements.
Right.
So initially, as with all the parts that we work on, you have to do them physically until you no longer have to think about the sequence and doing it, and can begin to focus on both releasing the muscles and directing the energy. And that's one of the big steps, is going from just feeling the energy to being able to actually direct the energy to do what you want it to do. So that's why, in a way, I was thinking that one of the practices that I found very helpful was just standing and getting my entire body to open and close. And there's very little movement when you do that. Generally the arms move a little, but depending on the day, some days they move more than others. But if you can get to the point where you feel the energy of your body opening and closing before you move, then you can begin to work on using it to move.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. I think mostly because I have very occasional experiences of that.
Yeah. Well, and that's how it starts. You don't have it all at once.
Right.
It would be great if we could.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, no, I do understand. So that's okay. That's helpful.
Did that make sense to you?
Oh, yeah. I think, recently I felt it most I've been working on transitions, and in both gods and in here, and getting at least the portions of the practice where the body goes up and down, not sitting down too early, not getting to the top too early, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And so when that works, I'm not thinking about it really.
Yep.
It's just I feel it happening as a natural force.
Yep.
So.
Good. So the questions in the form, I mean, I think we got through it, more or less.
We still got a few postures towards the end.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where we specifically ended, though. Did we get through gargoyles?
I think it's about there. I
Yeah.
don't think we've done the portion.
No, we
that.
haven't. Yeah, no. I think we've done the gargoyles. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think we're up to the sweep
Yeah.
kick. I think that's where we are.
Right, we are. I remember now. We got to Peng and G and stopped there because we knew how to do those two parts, more or less. And so you want to flow up to that point?
Okay. And which point again are we?
Up to after we just go up, not through gargoyles, but just up to Peng and G just before gargoyles.
Okay.
So before incense?
Before incense,
Oh,
yes, yes. Right
Okay.
before incense. It's interesting. Some of your movements are a little smaller, which obviously is how this eventually develops. But there's still an awful lot of dropping down and then coming up. So many of these things just change through the middle.
Okay.
And going through the section of Subdued Tiger and the kicks, you know, if you, when you get to Subdued Tiger, this comes right in with the kick. And notice that my hands come right back in to roughly the same place. So they're just doing this.
Okay.
They're not doing.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going way around. Yeah.
Yeah. So after the kick, there is the turn to the left as you come in, and everything is twisting in and then twisting out.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Boom. And that takes you right on into here, kick, and that comes, well, then you go into
Yeah.
the step back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's just one of the really kind of obvious places. So maybe really looking at that as you go through.
Well, what I'm seeing is that I need certainly to work on rounding everything and not, in addition to not swinging around.
Yeah, yeah. And that is one of the demands is to try to make everything as spherical as possible.
But because I see it more as horizontal and vertical right now.
That's
so I'll
quite
work on
appropriate
that,
development.
Yeah.
I understand. So, that and making sure, as Master Joe said, round your corners.
Yeah.
That's certainly part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff, I have to admit, I can't see a whole lot of you today.
Is that just because of the way your camera is, or because of my end something?
It's a combination of darkness on your end, my eyes, my camera. It's all of those things. It's one of the problems of Zoom.
All right. Well, it's here on video to last forever. If you want to take a closer look at it.
I'm sorry?
It's here on video to last forever. If you want to take a look at it, I guess, right?
Yeah. I will try to take a separate look and see if I can.
Yeah, I'm also focusing somewhat on rounding corners, probably to the point of occasionally making the movement too big just to make sure I get some roundness in there. But that's something I've been thinking about more recently as well.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with doing that and letting it be, large as you really assess it and get it inside you, and then let it become smaller as it can.
Yeah, and that last part where we're doing the kicks, I've been trying to work on that too, because up until last class or the one before that, I forget which, I had not actually been coming back in and out.
Yeah.
With the arms, I had just kind of been coming around, and that's a big difference that I wanted to try and get normalized into my form, because it's obviously it makes a big difference, and I I had not been doing the in and out with the rotation, and it never really felt quite right, and that's why. It
Yeah.
was just sort of a rotation, and my arms weren't really doing a lot except rotating, but now it actually feels like I'm doing something proper with them. So
Well, that's good.
yeah,
Yeah. It, in and out that's kind of a. I was thinking that's kind of a good word because there all the movements are in and out.
mm,
So you have bending and extending, you have twisting in and twisting out,
right,
you have lengthening in and lengthening out, you have closing and opening,
mm,
um, and that's only four.
right, right,
But they're all working in absolute continuous coordination.
mm,
Um, and and so that's I think that was one of the things that was very hard for me in a lot of places was getting that coordination together, letting them all work, all those parts.
yeah. Each flow, I'm focusing on one of them more so than the others. So I'm definitely not there where they're all falling into sync with each other without me really.
Yeah,
I'm still a ways from that, but it's
because you get to a point where you do just you have a day or a moment when all of a sudden they all work together,
right.
and
Right.
you sort of go, oh, that's what I want to be doing.
Mm. Yeah,
Um,
they're moments still. They're not days for me, obviously, but
yeah,
those moments are still you know, you feel what you're working towards, and that's the
yeah.
big thing.
Well, when you get
Obviously, if I had more practice time, I'd work towards it faster, and someday I will. So,
that's absolutely the answer.
yeah. Well, you
Um,
know what? On that note, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. I got to go take Kate to work.
oh,
Okay.
Um, so I will see you next week.
Okay.
good.
Have a good
See
week,
you
Jeff.
next week. Thank you.
Yeah, have
Good
a good.
week, both of you guys.
Okay.
Take care.
Well, now you get your private lesson.
No.
So,
I was just going through that with arm motions. It's a different concept for me of that area.
mhm.
So that, and judging from what you demonstrated, I have segmented it in. It needs to happen faster, or not the movements faster, but there's lag time in between this, that, and the other thing that doesn't need to be
Well, you and I are, or at least I'm at an age where unfortunately, my loss of balance, I've not been able to fully regain,
there. Mm.
and that causes a break.
Yeah.
So that's a big piece. So you try to keep it going as much as you reasonably can,
Yeah.
but you also have to accept where you are.
Yeah. I'm just, I think that part was a long time coming to begin with for me, and I never got past the point of, okay, front, that, now the next one is this, now the next one is this, and it should be more smooth and flowing.
Ideally.
through there, yes. So,
Yeah. And the problem with all of that is, if we go back to your suggestion of of in and out is that we're obviously out at this point, and then we have in and out have occurred.
Yeah, and I think the difference is that I was going, okay, this is one thing that I'm probably overdoing that.
Yeah, and your arm is across the center line of your body.
Yeah. And then, I think getting to this point should be smoother and faster than I've been doing it. Okay.
Yeah. So, but one of the things, and working on this, you can you can slow it down, ideally, and recognizing that you're coming in and out, and let that in. You don't want to do this normally in and out. And the out is not big.
Right.
It's not a lot of rotation, but there's a little rotation there, as well as expansion.
And I can see that I've been turning my body through there also. And it doesn't need to turn very much at all.
Well, and the thing is, after that, there are really what happens here is that you have that in and out, and in, out, and that in continues, so that you have the kick. This is out, but the in comes right back. We're not doing this, but that's what's happening. Is it's coming right back and then goes to out. So that's not easy.
Yeah, I will work on that certainly.
So once you've gotten to G, obviously we're shifting back and coming in. And as you go forward, you're letting that, while you're still actually coming in, you allow that to move the arms to wherever they need to go for that kick. And so it is ideally a sweep the lotus kind of kick. So you shift over here, and it goes kick and back, and then you're coming in as you start to sink, and going out as you complete the sink. So your sinking motion is both closing and then opening.
Okay. Is there any, when I go down, do I start coming back up immediately, or is there a...
So going then into gargoyles, you've completed offering incense. You're going to rotate right first in order to step back with the left, and so you're turning left, and there comes a point where you turn back to the front of the posture, and that's your open. So yeah, that's, I understand it's really kind of tricky there. So you're coming in, in, out. But you're keeping the weight, and the weight is constantly going back, because this is a posture in which you actually go to 100% on the rear leg.
Mhm.
And then you have in, out.
And at that point, this is 100.
Yeah. and hopefully deeply rooted 100. Yeah.
And then the very next thing, is there a step?
So we get back here, and wait a minute, I'm not even there. I'm having a blank here. Let's see. Oh, you're going right forward,
Right forward, no step.
no step.
Okay.
You've gone here, and you're out, and now you go forward, and so it's
Okay.
as you here you're out, and now you're going in, out, in, out, in, out.
So from gargoyles to the hands out is in?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the energy in.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've gone to gargoyles here, and this going forward is now. So the one of the things, trying to think how to say this. As you go forward, where this is, you have to feel the open and close, and the bend and extend, all those, because here you're open and extended, and you're back here, Dave. And then as you go here, I'm closing, and I'm not, and this is not, it's not doing that, but everything has released as you're coming here, and then it goes out, in, out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I certainly will admit that I don't think very much about opening and closing throughout the form. But at that point, I would have probably thought that the hands coming out was part of an opening. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So the thing you have to think of there is, for instance, that this is it's the other way in. This is extended. This is bent. Extend, bend.
Yeah.
Extend, bend. Extend. I mean, you can think of it, with any of the aspects.
And the bow at its extreme is open.
Yep, that's
That's open.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it could be still closed.
and then, interestingly enough, this is bend and extend. And this one, of course, is bend save enough body.
Yeah, I was too
Power
far
that.
over.
What?
I was too far over
Yeah.
my center.
Yeah. So there's no
No, oh, okay.
movement like that. When we come here, this is gathering,
Yep.
and this is the. It's not.
Oh, okay,
There's no speeding up.
okay.
Yes, in application, there might be speeding up.
Okay.
But the reason why you don't is that when you speed up, you tense.
Yeah.
And that's an in.
Yeah.
You've just drawn the energy in. If instead here you open, the energy can go out.
Okay.
Something to work on.
Yes. No, I have been punching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our instinct.
Mm.
We're going to make it happen.
Yeah. It's about the only place in the form where it's even possible to think about it. So I guess I took the opportunity.
You're like
Yeah.
almost every other student. Good.
Okay, that's plenty. Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah. Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Yeah.
Glad to in person. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
you on the computer, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully we won't have snow to blame for anything. For a while.
I don't know if we even need rain at this point.
No, it'll be interesting to see about drought this year because they're predicting warmth.
Oh, really? You mean